Hello.
Hey, welcome to IwannaB, the show where we go inside careers to find out all the behind-the-scenes info on jobs you might be interested in.
Yeah, coming up later on, you could score yourself $5 with Scott Park's B1 Home Study Scholarship. We'll give you the code word for that later.
Oh, man, and the iPhone 6.
Yes.
Got to give one of them away every single week thanks to Student Edge. Keep your eyes peeled for the code word coming up later in the episode. Don't work too hard, just like me. Found out what it's like to have a gap year.
Oh,
chill
nice.
out.
It's not going to hear.
Sleep until noon. Eat cereal in your
Niggering
underwear.
noodles.
Yeah, man. And you've got to decide what you want to do later in life. It's fine.
Well, while you were slacking off having a gap year, I was finding out what it was like to work in the Australian Defence Force. You know, the people who protect and serve our nation.
Yeah, heroes. Well, I found out what it's like to be a bit of a hero of the internet. Chatted to a web designer. Talking to him later.
Sweet. Well, I want to hammer out a good career, right? Get
Yeah.
my hands stuck in, find out what tools like hammers and saws and other things, I don't really know what they do. But I kind of get it inside in a career in the trades. Here it is. Having a career that you're not only going to love, but that you're proud of is the whole point, right? It's what we're all aiming at. But you got to decide what sort of person you are. Are you an indoor sort of person or an outdoor sort of person? Do you like wrapping your mind around a problem and then getting stuck in with your hands and actually building stuff? Then you got to come with me because we're going to explore the wonderful world of building and construction thanks to the Construction Training Fund. That is just about perfect. Check it out. Made it myself. To get yourself into the building and constructing industry, you need the right qualifications. If you're still at school, a Certificate 2 in Building and Construction Trades pathway as part of a VET in-schools course is your best bet, and it'll open doors for you when you start your building career. Ryan, how you doing?
Yeah, good.
Good to see you.
Yeah, you
Hey,
too.
got a couple of questions about your apprenticeship. Can you come and have a chat?
Yeah, no worries.
All right, let's do it. You did this all by yourself. That's really good. All right, Ryan, take a seat. Now, you're currently in the middle of an apprenticeship for carpentry.
Yep.
How'd you get stuck into that?
Last year when I was at school, I did a Certificate 2 in Building and Construction. I went through the Construction Training Fund and they got me into TAFE, and you get to have a look at all the wet trades like bricklaying, tiling, and then you go through to like carpentry and joinery and roof tiling and yeah, a bit of everything. So you get to see all through the whole building aspect. And I did a heap of work experience in carpentry and joinery, and just through all that I decided that that's what I really wanted to do. Yeah,
Great, get a broad knowledge.
yeah, that's it.
Makes you a better carpenter.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, let's do the edge. Got to take the information, put it in a little nutshell. Here we go, 3 questions. If I want to get enrolled in what you do, what do I have to do?
Oh, jump online and go onto the Construction Training Fund, nolimits.com.au, and they'll get you into what you want to do.
Fantastic. Question number 2. What sort of person's going to love doing what you do?
Oh, you got to be hands-on and really outdoory, so not going to want to have to sit behind a desk for the rest of your life.
And if you could give a bit of advice to someone who's, maybe thinking about doing what you're doing, what would you tell them?
Get straight onto it, don't wait around, just get into it, yeah.
You can start making stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Like this. Check it out. Made it earlier. What do you think?
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah. Do you know what it is?
No.
Yeah, me neither. How good is that? And the good thing is, if you want to get stuck into it sooner, you can actually start studying your apprenticeship in year 11. So now if that sounds like something you might be into, you've got to get some more info. Get onto nolimits.com.au and help build WA. I'm getting back into it.
Jesse, got some information for you.
Hit me with it.
Student Edge. Did you know that they are Australia's largest member-based organisation for high school and tertiary age students?
That is so interesting, Beck, but what do you get for this membership?
Well, for starters, it's free. And then you get discounts on Hoyts,
Movies.
Sumo Salad,
Oh, food.
McDonald's,
More
City
food.
Beach.
Clothes.
List goes on.
All stuff you need in uni and high school. You know what else you need, though?
What?
Is a phone. You
Yes.
can win a brand spanking new iPhone 6 from studentedge.com.au. Head to the comps page, enter this code word, you could win one. Once you got your phone, also get the Student Edge app, all your discounts, all the information right there on the app. Pick it up from iTunes and Google Play.
It will make everything nice and easy. Speaking of nice and easy, after the break, Hans is checking out what it's like to take a gap year.
That's next on IwannaB.
How many times have you heard someone older than you say, these are the best days of your life? Lots, right? Well, what does it mean? Well, to me, it means exploring everything that this world has to offer. And if you're nearly at the end of high school and maybe you haven't figured out whether you want to go into uni or TAFE, it might be a good idea to take a gap year. They can be great for doing a bit of travel or a bit of work, or just taking the time and space you need to figure out exactly what you want to do. Still confused? That's okay, because I'm going to talk to somebody who knows all about it. The beauty of the gap year is that what you choose to do in it is completely up to you. Travel, work, volunteer, the choices are endless, and at the end of it, you'll have a bunch of great stories for the rest of your life. And here's someone that did just that. Ruby, how are you?
And I'm good, how are you?
Oh, fantastic, good to meet you.
Good.
Heard a rumour that you had a gap year. What is that?
That's right, I did take a gap year. It's basically a break between high school and further education to do what you like, really.
So why would somebody take a gap year? What are the reasons?
Oh, there are many reasons. To work and save up some money, to go travelling, or work and then travel.
Okay, so on your gap year, what did you do?
I mainly worked, saved up a bit of money, did a little bit of travelling through Australia. Yeah.
And was it worthwhile?
Definitely, yeah. I got a bit of direction and I discovered I wanted to do a marketing degree, so that's what I'm doing now.
And would you recommend it to someone who's maybe thinking about it?
Absolutely. It's great to have a break from study and do your own thing for a little while. If you're just not 100% sure of what you want to do, I definitely recommend taking a bit of time off to think about it.
Or if you just want to play video games.
Or that.
All right, fantastic. Here we go with the Edge questions. What sort of person is best suited to maybe taking a gap year after school?
I think someone who doesn't know what they want to do in higher education, so if they're not 100% sure, just take some time off and think about it.
And what sort of stuff can you get up to?
Whatever you like. You can work, you can do nothing, you can travel, mixture of the three, whatever you like.
And finally, on your gap year, if you could have changed one thing, done one thing differently, what would you have changed?
I would have travelled more internationally. Yeah, I would have saved up a bit more money and gone travelling.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you very much for the advice.
No worries.
I am going to take a gap year over there. See you.
Thanks, Anne.
How would you like to win an iPad mini thanks to Curtin University? Well, if you're in years 10, 11 or 12 right here in WA, all you got to do is get onto Student Box. It's an online community guaranteed to give you a leg up on your studies. Get onto studentbox.com.au, sign up and use the code word CurtinUni. Good luck.
We use the web more than ever these days, whether it be playing games, downloading apps or buying clothes. But somewhere, someone sat down and actually created that website. Sites like Facebook, Amazon, even apps like Instagram and Snapchat all started with one person sitting at a computer. Now, you don't need to be a computer genius to know there are a lot of websites out there and people get paid to make them. Today, we've come to see Bernard Cheer from Alica to find out what it takes to be a web designer. Bernard.
Jesse.
I just want to know what it's like to be a web designer. Do you reckon you could help me out?
Sure, man. Come on in. So, Jesse, what would you like to know?
Well, you own your own web design company, which is awesome, but I want to know, what does a web designer do?
Pretty much a web designer design websites. And with that comes along with understanding what clients want, understanding their brand to make sure that's all done correctly. From there, you pretty much design a website, and as soon as the client likes it, away you go. You develop it into a piece of art.
Awesome. So why did you want to be a web designer?
Well, personally, I like to be creative. I like things to be different each time round. Best part is getting the client to really love the website that we've designed. But seriously, what I really like is as simple as them telling me, hey, Bernie, I've got hits coming to my website, thanks to your fantastic design. Yeah, and that's great. Yeah, I like doing that.
See, I don't believe that there's a hard part of the job because you obviously love it, but what is the hardest part?
It's the difficulty of trying to please a client and ensuring the requirements match what we've designed. That's the challenging part, really trying to get it across so that it's perfect.
Is there much work out there for a new web designer?
Plenty. We're looking at tablets, we're looking at mobiles. Everywhere around the world, people need more and more and more websites across more and more different industries going out there. You do no wrong doing websites, and it's just moving at such a ridiculous rate right now. You get plenty of work coming to you.
And so if I wanted to be a web designer, what's one piece of advice you'd give me?
You got to be a perfectionist, okay? You got to really love what you do. You got to be spot on with every pixel, and you got to love technology.
So what steps does someone need to take to get to where you are?
Pretty much just apply for uni and TAFE. There's a lot of web design courses, Photoshop courses, CSS courses. There's a lot out there. Pretty much jump into those courses and do it. And once you've done it, build your own portfolio. Everything starts with a fantastic portfolio for yourself.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks so much for talking to us today, Bernard.
Absolute pleasure.
But I reckon we have a game on this foosball.
Ready to lose?
Yeah!
Is being a web designer your dream job? Well, once you finish studying at the West Coast Institute, you'll be ready to enter the workforce and excel as a web designer. For more information, all you got to do is get onto IwannaB.com.au and follow the links through to the West Coast Institute.
All right, let's go again. Come on.
You're on.
All right. Super interesting job. Applications are open now with the West Coast Institute. Open till December 5th. If you want to apply, head to IwannaB.com.au, click on WCIT. Couldn't be easier.
Fivesies. Boom! Stick around after the break. Rebecca goes to the Defence Academy, finds out what it's like to defend our nation. Tension! Oh. Welcome back to IwannaB, the show about jobs and careers. We get the info, we give it to you, you pick a career you love, and you're welcome. Thank you very much.
And how handy would $5,000 have been when you were studying?
Man, it would have been awesome.
Very handy. Well, you guys can score that with Scott Park's B1 Home Study Scholarship. All you got to do to enter is head to iwannaB.com.au on the comps page, enter this code word, which is HOMES. You could be picking up that cash second last week for the comp as well, so make sure you enter.
Awesome. But right now, Rebecca is checking out a varied career, incredibly interesting, in the Defence Force of Australia. Check it out.
As a young Australian, have you ever thought to yourself, I want to do more. I want more adventure. I want to give back to my community. Well, if the answer is yes, I might have a job for you that ticks all three boxes. A career in the Australian Defence Force. And to help you figure out whether this career is perfect for you, I'm going to do the research. The Australian Defence Force, or ADF, offer jobs in a variety of roles. In fact, there are over 200 unique jobs to choose from. All of these roles will not only give you financial security within an enjoyable working environment, they also present your chance for self-development and to give back to the community. You will be fully trained and supported, plus there will be many opportunities to advance to higher positions. Aboriginals and Torres Strait Islanders have a long history of serving in the Australian Defence Force. In fact, they have made a significant contribution to protecting Australia and its national interests for over 100 years. Today, I'm chatting with Lance Corporal Natalie to find out more.
Hi Rebecca, nice to finally meet you.
Hey Natalie. I've got some questions about joining the Australian Defence Force.
Yeah, sure, come in. So what would you like to know?
How long have you been in the Australian Defence Force and what's your job title?
I've been in the Army for about 6 years now. I'm a supply coordinator.
As an Indigenous Australian, what made you decide that you wanted to get involved?
What really made me get involved was the fact that Army tends to incorporate a lot of Indigenous culture into its ceremonies and drill practices. Plus, I have a grandfather who served in Vietnam.
Okay, let's get to the fun stuff. What do you get up to in a typical day?
Get up early in the morning, about 6:30, spend about an hour and a half at the gym doing weights, cardio. Afterwards, you go have your shower, you go sit back down at your office, and from there, I'm a part of the specialist recruiting team, and I go and liaise and network with most Aboriginal land councils, community members and elders across New South Wales.
What's the most exciting thing you've done since you've been part of the Australian Defence Force?
The most exciting thing I've ever done was my 8-month trip over to Dubai. I was in charge of the remediation section there, went swimming with dolphins, so for me that was a pretty good experience, especially meeting the American Army and the British Army. It's probably one of the greatest experiences I've had so far.
How do you feel this experience has shaped you as a person?
My character just developed. The training, it breaks you down and rebuilds you back up. I've learned so much from the Defence Force about myself personally and as an Aboriginal in the Defence Force. If anything, I've come to love my culture more from being in the Army because they're very accepting of who I am and what I do.
If you could list from school to now, what steps does somebody need to take to become part of the Australian Defence Force?
Well, they would need to have passes in their Year 10s for Maths and English if they're going into a trade, a few other subjects, or even for officer role. From there, they'd need to grab all their documents, study their job role, study what it is they want to do, call 13-1901, and ask the case manager to book them in for a U session, and then we can start their application from there.
What characteristics do you reckon best suit this line of work?
We are looking for those candidates that already have initiative, respect, courage and teamwork. If they feel that they can do this job, by all means, perhaps a job within the Defence Force is best suited for them. It's a very structured life, it's a very disciplined life, but by all means, it's very rewarding.
And if you could do one thing differently, but still end up where you are today, what would it be?
Probably would have tried a bit harder at school, that's one thing. But I absolutely love my job, and I pretty much wouldn't change a lot because I don't think I would have had the experiences I would have had if I changed anything.
Well, thanks for your time, Natalie. It's been really great talking to you.
No worries, Rebecca, thank you.
If Natalie's words and experience have inspired you and you want to find out more, jump onto studentedge.com.au.
Now, if you're looking for a job, an important tool is getting your driver's licence. For all the information on how to pick that up, head to rac.com.au.
Hello, I am down at the beach treasure hunting. You never know what you're going to find at the beach. Everybody knows that. It's a scientific fact. Also, I lost my car keys. Also, this is just a broom, so it's probably not going to go that well, but you never know. Oh, what? Yes! Treasure! I told you there's treasure down here. I mean, I don't know what it is, and it looks kind of sciencey. I should probably ask a scientist. Oh, I should go to the Curtin University School of Science, find out what this is. I'll head there as soon as I can find my keys. The world as we know it wouldn't even exist without science. From improving the world we live in through to advising business and government, there are no barriers to what you can do with a science degree. And with a wide range of science courses, Curtin University can provide you with the knowledge, the skills and the industry know-how to get you into all kinds of great jobs. Bill! Oh, Bill, I got you. Hans, nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah, hey, look, I found this down at the beach. I'm told you can help me out. What is it?
That looks to me like an animal tracker. You've got a battery, you've got a camera, and you've got a GPS here so that you can track this animal. You put this on an animal, you find out where it's going and what it's doing.
And how would you know that?
I'm a terrestrial ecologist, so what I do is I study animals out in the field, I look at their behaviour, and I try and find out what they're doing.
Wow, and you're a lecturer here at Curtin University
I am, yes.
in terrestrial ecology.
Yes.
What sort of science courses are on offer?
Well, at Curtin you can either take a terrestrial stream or marine stream. But what you can do is you can study all aspects of marine biology, all aspects of terrestrial ecology. We look at ecology, animal physiology, botany, plant physiology, animal behaviour.
Wow, so you do whatever you want, basically.
It's a nice broad subject.
Great. And what sort of person's going to love being a scientist?
Scientists tend to be dedicated, and people who go into science tend to know they're going to be scientists from the word go. And if they want to be a scientist, they should go for it and they should do it.
What sort of animal does that go on, do you reckon?
This looks like it would be on a large animal, and if you found it down on the beach, I would imagine it's probably going to be on a large marine animal, so possibly a seal or something like that. So maybe you need to go and talk to a marine biologist who can give you more information.
That's where I'm off. Let's narrow it down. It's a mystery. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Enjoy. Bye-bye. Oh, Chandra, I found you. How are you, Hans?
Hans, great to meet you.
Get tired of those running around. Hey, I found this at the beach today, and I've just had a word with Bill from Curtin University. He tells me it might be a seal tag. What do you reckon?
Yeah, so this is actually a satellite tag that you just found here. Basically, you get really fine scale information about their movement through the water and where they go. So this is just a gold mine, what you just found.
Give it back, it's mine, it's precious.
Yeah.
So, how do you know that? What do you do?
I'm a scientist, I'm a biologist, and I work with marine mammals.
So, if I'm interested in maybe getting into your line of work, what do I have to do?
So to get a strong foundation in science, a Bachelor's of Science is a great way to start. And after that, you can carry your research anywhere you like. You can join industry working as a researcher or government, and of course, with universities as academics.
I kind of want to see what's in there. I want to find out about all of the stuff that it collects. Do you have a friend that I can talk to?
Definitely. So Adrian actually is a fantastic person to talk to about that. He'll receive all the data from these and he'll tell you exactly what information you can get.
Well, I'm going to go have a chat to Adrian. Thank you so much for talking me through
Great. Good luck with that.
See ya. Oh, Adrian, found you. Hans, nice to meet you.
G'day, Hans.
Hey, I've been getting information about this thing all day. Apparently, it is a seal tracker, and I'm told you can help. What is it that you do?
I'm a statistician, and I haven't seen one of those before, but I might have analysed the data that would come from one of those.
Okay, so we stick this on a seal, it swims around, gets all sort of information, and then you get that information off and make it usable.
Yeah, absolutely. The biologists might want to understand the movements or growth, or maybe even how many seals are actually out there. I, as a statistician, will determine the best way to analyse that data to give the biologists the answers they need.
So how did you get into this career in the first place?
When I finished high school, I decided rather than waste time, I'd go to Curtin University and study maths for a year. But I enjoyed myself there so much that I eventually, so many years later, actually finished my PhD.
Dr. Adrian.
Absolutely.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you very much for answering my questions. I think the only thing to do with this now is to take it back to the beach.
Absolutely.
Cheers, mate.
Catch your hands.
See ya. Well, how about that? Through the combined power of Curtin University Sciences, we found out that this is a seal tracker, and that is super interesting and pretty expensive as well. But now the only thing to do, the only right thing to do, is to release it into the wild. Be safe, be well. Hey, if this has piqued your interest and you're keen on getting a career started in science, then you've got to get more information. You know what to do. Just Google Curtin Science. Could not be easier, and good luck. Actually, I will. That is littering. I will pick that up. Also, it's quite expensive.
That is it for the show this week, guys. Make sure you enter Scott Park's B1 Home Studies Scholarship. Announcing the winner next week. All you got to do, head to IwannaB.com.au on the comps page and enter the code word.
And on the topic of competitions, don't forget your chance to win an iPhone 6 thanks to Student Edge. Head to studentedge.com.au, enter the code word. Good luck.
And if you're in the market to get your driver's licence, if it's that time, then the Defensive Driving School, WA's most trusted driving school, been around for over 50 years, helping young people be safer drivers, be better drivers out on the road. If you tell them that IwannaB sent you, you get $5 off every driving lesson. Save a bit of money. Nice parking, Jessie. But that's it for the show, so we'd love to see you next week. We will see you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And that's a wrap.